Hello guys, here we are at another festival here. So let's take a look here at a couple of different vendors, see what we can kind of draw upon and how we can get into the business for fairly cheap. A lot of times we talk about trailers, they're $100, $200, even $300,000. It's very unrealistic, but there's a couple of food vendors here that have amazing setups, relatively cheap. So we're talking $5,000 or less in setup. Some of the vendors maybe even $1,000 or $2,000 depending on what equipment you have. So let's take a look at a couple of the vendors and see what we can kind of draw upon. And this is kind of a perfect example here what we can do is as well. And so yeah, and if you want to take a look here, right here, this guy here is just a basic tent setup, has some okay signage, you know what it is, and then he's selling fairly household equipment. And this is something, and then right here, this is kind of our big booth. So with that, but yeah, if you kind of fling around, there's a barbecue place. Okay, there's another kind of big barbecue place, and then right over here, okay, we have a funnel cake, and then we have an Indian taco. Again, a tent, nice little signage, fairly busy. You don't need to spend a lot of money. For example, you can get a tent, let's say even at Sam's or Costco for $200. You get two of those, it's about $400. Got some equipment, and here's another kind of great idea is doing Indian tacos, okay, and the nachos. And again, fairly small setup, but you can do some good money here with this. Again, this setup right here, we're talking maybe $2,000 or $3,000. You have some coolers, you're doing the Indian tacos, you have a fryer, a couple of warmers, and really kind of inexpensive that you can get into the business. A lot of you are always thinking, hey, listen, we really need a trailer. You don't need a trailer right away. You don't need to spend $40,000, $50,000. Again, look at this one. For example, there's this one right here. Again, basic tent, couple of flags, very inexpensive. So what I mean by that is, don't look at the obstacles. Look what you can do, find a way to do it. Hey, you have a warmer, even the household warmers. A lot of these festivals, you don't have the NSF equipment. You don't have to have that. Get into the business, save a couple $1,000 and get started. Get your feet wet. Hey, let's make some money. You might even be able to pay that back in one weekend. So in 2 days, you can pay back your initial investment. Why don't you just try that? Instead of hoping, hey, I want to buy a trailer, spend $30,000, $40,000. I don't have that money. 2-3 years go by, no trailer. When you can kind of come on over here, make a tent, invest $2,000, and you can do that. And that really, I would highly advise that doing this. Again, look for some of the smaller kind of festivals for the competition, and get yourself a tent, a couple of different banners, a couple $100 on the banners, the equipment, and you're in business. That's the best way to grow, and then you can kind of fine-tune that, and then you can really do that. But again, do that. Don't just sit down. Don't hope for a $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 trailer or a food truck to get into the business. Get started with a tent. It will really pay off. You make some money, you get some cash flow in, then you can start investing maybe for a down payment, then you can do that. But again, I would even highly recommend doing this. Hey, if you do invest in a trailer, also have a tent setup. You can have maybe 2 locations, or you can do 2 different festivals that you can do that. So highly recommend that. So let's just kind of stay there, and that's really good. All right, till next time, guys.